Shredding.
Shredder.
This is how you be a fucking band. You fucking LARP.
You gotta LARP something.
Yeah, we're as much as we shit on LARPing, it's just like we're extreme sports LARPs now.
Yeah, we're cool guy LARPs. We're what we thought was cool when we were 6. That's what we're LARPing.
Yeah,
as.
it turns out everything that you think is cool when you're a kid is still cool when you're an adult.
It's true.
Don't deny yourself. Don't deny yourself the pleasure of, now that you're old enough to afford stupid jackets, buy them.
This is a pretty sick jacket.
I know,
it's nice and shiny.
They're awesome. So I was looking, because, we're like, wanted to fit the vibe of what we're doing, and I was like looking around at like vintage stuff, and I found this jacket. And then I was like, as soon as I knew that this brand made jackets like this, I looked for some more, and I found this one.
Team Arctic.
And it fits so well because we're from fucking Edmonton, and it's cold as hell here, like, I'd say 7 months out of the year.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that on the way over, because it's fall now, so it's nearing the end of September. And it's like June, July, August. Those are nice summer months. And then fall is usually like...
April was pretty good this year. Actually, wasn't it March we had like a fucking 30-degree day?
Yeah.
For some reason.
Sometimes it's like that. But like usually fall is like September, October. But usually the beginning of September is still summery. But the end of October is usually like winter. So it's like, okay, we get like a month and a half, we'll call it, of fall. Same with spring. Spring is usually just like, bing, it's summer now. So it's like... Yep. You get 3 months of summer, a month and a half of fall, a month and a half of spring, and then you get 6 months of shitty ass winter.
Well, you know what's sick about...
That's why we need the Team Arctic swag.
What's sick about Edmonton is that along with summer, you get nonstop smoke from forest fires.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
So that was all summer, and
now we have earthquakes.
The odd earthquake from the fracking, and then. If it's not that, you might get either a sunny day or a fucking thunderstorm.
Sick.
So it would be like raining. I mean, there were some good nice days this year, but
summer is now called forest fire season.
Yeah.
It do be curtains.
I mean, I don't even know how those are happening. It's just like dry.
Yeah.
There's no like,
it do
like
be curtains.
The train hits a penny on the track and it like creates a spark. And
I mean, I bet that's what a bunch of them are from.
Yeah.
Some asshole put a penny on the train track.
Well, you never know. Like, who knows? If do train fucking wheels make sparks? Probably sometimes.
Probably.
If you have to slam the brakes on, it's like metal on metal.
The car doing the burnout caused some sparks.
Yeah. We did
the world's most amazing guitar playthrough.
Yeah. It's like half music video, half guitar playthrough.
Yeah. Nobody wants to watch guitar playthroughs if it's just some guy sitting in the basement.
It's true. I mean, my favorite guitar playthroughs, as you know, are the ones that are clearly fake.
Yeah.
And then I think it's funny because then those dudes like get popular and then they have to like pivot.
Oh shit! Like, I have to play my guitar.
People want me to play live now, and they're just like,
oh fuck! I have to practice.
It, so they have to be like, oh shit! I gotta gain skills.
They just have to gain miming skills. Just play the tracks.
Just fucking Milli Vanilli live.
Yeah, that's the future. People just want to see dudes in Team Arctic swag, jumping around, pretending to play guitar. I mean, that's basically what it is already for rap and pop music.
Dude,
just play the track and jump around, hype the crowd.
So, I've been watching the show that my parents recommended. It's The Last Kingdom on Netflix.
Yeah,
and it's about. I don't think it's historically accurate. I don't know. I don't know if it's like
It's a documentary.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm not sure if it's just like fiction based on the goings on of, anyways, it's Vikings fucking around in Britain. So it's like, okay, the Viking hordes are here and they're like trying to get into Wessex or whatever. trying to take over.
My ancient homeboys.
Yeah, the ancient homies. And anyways, like, so the last episode of the first season, there's like a huge, it's like a battle. It's like the king calls all the fucking Britons together.
Yeah.
And they fight the Vikings. And I was watching it and I was like, I want to do this. Like, it would be so insane. Like,
Yeah.
I just imagine like what it was like back then. You're just like, okay, there's 1,000 of us in this field. There's 1,000 of them in this field.
Let's go fucking
And
chop some heads.
we all have like swords and pitchforks, and we're just going to try and kill as many as we can and then try not to die.
Sweet.
And I'm just like, man, I bet like nobody lived past the age of like 45 there. And there, so it was just like, we're probably perfect age to be like the older veterans of the thing.
We'd be teaching the youngins how to swing an axe.
Yeah.
All right, kids. We also be missing like a couple appendages.
Yeah.
No
have a
teeth.
hook hand or whatever.
Yeah.
One of those brass hands that's just permanently like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know. For some reason, I was watching that and I was just like, ooh, I have the, what's that meme? The masculine urge to like
yeah.
fight in a battle on a field with a sword or something like that. Like, it was definitely, oh, we got a dog, incoming dog.
Oh, someone's excited. Hi, Leela.
Dog break, dog break, dog break, dog break. She didn't see Tim come in, so now she's excited.
Damn,
There you
dude.
go.
I just realized we're super matching. We have the same brand of pants on, too.
Oh shit! Yeah, let me put you guys on to something. If you want shorts, and we're not sponsored. I
Dog
wish
break.
our VCA
I thought it was just VA.
Ruvka. I mean, the brand is RVCA.
Okay.
They've got these shorts that are called the joggers. I think they're called joggers with a Y.
I didn't know.
Anyways, they're the best shorts. They're like super stretchy and like
I got the camo pant jogger.
nice. Are they stretchy?
They are stretchy.
There you go.
And they have a gusset, so I'm not going to blow the crotch out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's the big thing, man. It's like if anybody works a job where you have to walk a lot, you know that if you wear like jeans every day, it's curtains for the crotch.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It do be curtains.
It's gonna get blown out. I've blown out
my
many a
belt
crotch.
is getting blown out by my fat gut. I got so bloated last night, and I don't know why. It was just like,
Wasn't
literally,
that giant margarita that
Yeah,
you said?
I don't know. Maybe it was that margarita was so goddamn
That was like
good.
a chalice of margarita.
Yeah, it was amazing. We just put what? Oh, Leela,
Is that a gift? Nice. Good dog.
nice gift?
Good thing it's not like underwear or something. This is like a towel.
But yeah, it was so good. It was a pineapple margarita.
Oh, nice.
So we're making pizzas. So we, of course, made ham and pineapple pizzas. Well, I did. And we just had like a can of crushed pineapple, put that on, and like, what do we do with this extra pineapple? And we're like, ooh,
Blend it.
let's make margs.
Nice.
So we just, instead of lime, we just put that in. And it was actually amazing. It was so good. Margs rule. So maybe that's what happened.
That's like the mezcalita, isn't it? Isn't
I don't
that
know.
one like it's a pineapple based one or something? I don't know. Could be wrong.
Anyways, it's amazing. Margs rule.
Cocktail.
Oh, hi, Leela. Are you just excited?
Dog break.
Leela
For the
didn't-
listeners, you can't see it, but the dog
Yeah.
is here. Dog is here wagging profusely.
You might be able to hear the tail.
Yeah. Psh, psh, psh. That classic snowsuit swish.
Swish, swish, swish.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, it's time to join the army because that's the closest thing to being a medieval warrior that you can get.
It's true.
I guess you might still be able to be like a sort of a medieval warrior in some like if you joined a tribe somewhere, maybe.
I guess so. In some like
Like those
undeveloped-
uncontacted
Yeah.
tribes, you could maybe. Well, they probably just. Isn't there a story someone went and they just like killed him and ate him?
Yeah.
Oh, I went to meet the cannibal tribe and they killed him
me.
and ate
Go
him.
figure.
It's like,
How
oh.
did that happen? Whoops.
So it's not just a funny name.
Yeah. Oh,
They're actually
shit.
cannibals. Yeah.
Being a cannibal
It's pretty fucked up.
might be kind of gross. I know what humans do. Ugh.
Yeah. I watched a comedian who did like a whole big bit on super offensive too. But,
Nice.
like in a funny way. But also I find that like comedians these days, like so a lot of comedians, it's like it's no longer faux pas to, or at least it's now accepted in the comedy world to call things gay again. Like to say like
It's gone all the way. It's the word's being reclaimed.
yeah, but it's like it. I don't think it's been fully. It's like people are just throwing it around now because they're like, oh, that's like the hot new thing to say, and it's just like I watched like a couple comedy specials on YouTube. There was like these 30-minute comedy specials, like a series of them that came out. And they're all saying it, like, and not in like even a funny way. They're not even trying. They're just doing it because they think that gets a laugh. And I'm just like, well, at least fucking like set it up in a way that's actually funny.
No,
But they're just like, no, they're just saying it. So I could see if you were like in the LGBT community being upset about that because it's like, well, at least make it funny.
yeah,
It's like if someone just came on TV like a white guy and just started dropping N-bombs and like didn't even put it in a joke. It was just like you'd be like, no, you still can't do that. Like you can do it in a joke, but you can't do it like that. You can't just say it. Like, come on. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not sure where I was going with that.
it's like that South Park episode. People who annoy you.
Yeah.
They set it up. They got away with it.
If it's in a clever joke, it's like still kind of funny because at least there's some like artistic merit to it. It's like it's part of the joke.
That's
funny.
all that matters. Artistic merit.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like it's they put that in there to be part of the joke, not part of the like at the expense of someone. It's still funny at the expense of someone, but it's.
I think most humor has to be on the expense of someone at some point.
Yeah, that's true.
All the best humor roasts someone.
Some of the funniest things I've ever seen are those Comedy Central roasts. It's the wild. Like you could never get away with some of the shit they said, for sure. Like it's nowadays they'd be like, oh no,
This guy.
check out what this comedian said about fucking whatever. Like
Yeah.
so many racial jokes and stuff that are like just way out of line. But like at the time, hilarious.
Hilarious. All those 2000s comedians.
I saw something on Reddit today that was actually I saw a couple things this morning and I was like I should just stop going on Reddit. But so the first one was like some Republican
USA.
talking head
USA.
or someone being like, I think it's fucked up that right-wing people are becoming like anti-woman. And then someone commented on it just being like, no shit. It's just so funny. It's just like, oh, you're like staunchly right-wing, but you're a woman. And then it's just like, oh, what? All my contemporaries hate women. It's just like, you know that already?
We're going back to the original United States when it formed in 1776 or whatever.
Motherfuckers.
Wooden teeth. Women can't vote. Slavery.
There's slavery,
Yeah.
The other thing I saw, which was fucked, was it was an interview with this doctor who was describing how she was doing. So some patient had some sort of problem with them, and they were adamant that something was wrong with them, and so eventually they did some sort of brain. They opened up this person's head and looked at their brain.
I need a doctor to open up my ass.
Dude, and they pulled out a fucking worm.
Ooh.
They pulled out a fucking worm. And the doctor's like describing it, and then like she's like, yeah, it was like towards the end of the interview, she's like, I actually don't want to even be holding these, like she was holding like the whatever, like the pincers that she would have used. She's like, it's like a little bit traumatizing to even like hold these now because you pulled a fucking worm out of someone's brain.
That's disgusting. Is that in Atlanta where there's the outbreak of the rat lungworm that gets into people's brains?
I don't think so. Well, I'm not sure. So when I looked it up, looked it up. When I read through the comments to find like some kind of explanation.
Where's the information? It's in the comments.
Hey, get out of it. The best explanation was someone saying that there's a bacteria or like a parasitic worm that grows in python poo. So it's like they think that most likely what happened was this person ate like foraged vegetation that was contaminated with python feces.
Nasty.
And
was this a person in the U.S.?
I actually don't know. I don't think it was in the U.S. because it was like, I think it maybe it was like she had a British accent kind of. So it could have been Australia. It could have been, I don't know. It's all sort of similar kind of.
No,
could have been South Africa. I have no idea, but that's the explanation they gave. Like there is a parasitic thing in python poo that will go into your brain.
Nasty. Well, since we're talking about brain worms, getting a yerk, they're also on Reddit, so it must be true. But apparently there's like an outbreak of, it's a rat lungworm. So the life cycle of this worm is a rat eats it or whatever. It's in the rat. It grows in the rat's lungs, so it like matures, and then when it's ready to mate or whatever, the rat will cough it up, and then the rat will either like barf it out, or the rat will just like eat it and then poo it out. And then a slug is usually what would come by and eat the rat poo, and the slugs would eat like the rat poo eggs.
So nasty.
And then the slugs obviously are like, roaming around and doing whatever, and they have the eggs or whatever inside the slug. And that's where the worms go to like mate and have their eggs. And then so like if a bird will pick it up, the bird could have it in it, or the snails are small, so they can be on your produce too.
Yeah.
And then also the snails can poop it out or whatever. So it's like, okay, you got the rat poo, you got the snails, and then otherwise just having the worms like around from other animals eating it or whatever. So it can be contaminated. But I think it was they were at the Atlanta Zoo, and whenever they would catch a rat, they would do like an autopsy on it just to see if it was like infected with shit, because animals there at the zoo would eat a rat if a rat came into like a lion cage.
The lion's gonna eat that rat.
Yeah, and then so anyways, they're like doing a dissection of it, and for the last, I think they said like, I don't know, like 7 years or something, like 33% of all rats that they catch always have this. So there's like a constant presence of this worm. Oh. But in humans, what can happen, and I guess they've had a couple cases of it, mostly in like Atlanta or southern United States now, is that the worm will, if a human eats it, the place that's most similar to a rat lung, I guess, is like in your brain. So the worm will you eat like contaminated produce, or maybe there's like a little snail on it that had it, or maybe there's like some worm eggs or whatever the fuck. The worm will end up in your brain, and it just like lives in your brain. Usually it won't live there forever. It'll like mature and get in your brain, but it can't get out, and then so it'll just like die in your brain.
Oh, and then you just have like a rotting worm in your brain?
Yeah, so but apparently, like, depending on who gets it, like, you can have very mild symptoms. Maybe you just have like headaches for 2 years or something. Or you can have like full blown like seizures, and like it'll totally just like fuck up your brain because it's digging around in your brain. How fucked up is that though? It's just like, I'm not feeling too well. I keep getting a headache. Go to the doctor. They give you an MRI. There's a fucking worm in your brain. What the fuck?
Dude, imagine how much better you'd feel after they pull a fucking worm out of your brain.
Oh, God.
Like, and it sucks too, because like your brain has no nerve endings, right? Like you can't feel your brain.
Oh, imagine how disgusting that would be if your brain had nerves. And like you could feel the worm.
You could feel a worm going.
Oh my god!
That's like
that'd be like if you had a bug in your ear and you could feel it moving around.
That's I remember seeing, it could be like an urban legend type thing, but I feel like there was like a thing where some explorers in like the Amazon like a guy got some kind of critter in his ear and just couldn't get it out, so he just like stabbed himself in the ear because he just like it's driving him insane. It's burrowing in there. You can hear it at all times. So it's just like, dude, this is like grossest episode of this podcast, dude.
Oh man, that'd be so gross. Apparently, there's a parasite, like a worm, in the Amazon that it's attracted by like the ammonia in your pee or something.
Oh, the one that goes up?
And so it'll like go up into your dick if you're like in water and peeing or something. It's like, oh God.
Dude, speaking of gross shit like that, there's another parasitic thing that will like attach itself to a fish's tongue.
Oh yeah.
And then it eats the tongue and then it's in there.
Yeah, and
it's like
the
you open its mouth and it's like it's like aliens.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Dude, I hate it's so nasty. Nature sucks. Nuke nature, bro.
Nuke the whales. Yeah, man. Parasites are disgusting.
That's the worst, man.
The world of parasites is disgusting.
It's like I'd rather know about it, but I'd rather not know the details or ever see it. Because it's like it's good to know that like that's out there and that you need to be, I guess, careful. Like how? Like just wash your hands? Like wash your food?
Yeah, I always wash my food.
Yeah.
Even like produce, especially like berries and stuff.
Oh yeah, you get little critters and living in there.
Yeah, I'm always just like
tarantulas living in bundles of bananas and shit.
Yeah, it's just like, oh god, I need food that comes in its own wrapper, like a banana or an orange.
Yeah. I'm strictly eating Spam.
Yeah. Well, I remember at my house, this was like, I don't know, I was in like junior high or high school. My brother had some friends over, and one of them, I think, grabbed an apple because we had an apple tree in the back. I think he grabbed an apple from the tree, and the apple looks fine on the outside. And then he was like, "Oh, I hope there's no worm in here." And then he took a bite out of it, and he's chewing it, and he's like, "Whoa, this tastes funny." And he spits it out, looks at the apple that he just took a bite out of, and he just ate a worm.
A fucking worm.
He bit a worm in half.
Dude.
And it's just like, bro, fuck. And it's just like that traumatized me, man. That's disgusting. I cannot.
That's what they want. They want you eating bugs.
They want
you eating parasites.
Trudeau wants you to eat bugs, man.
Oh man, speaking of Trudeau, did you see that they like applauded a former Nazi or something?
Yeah, I think what they were trying to do was find a Ukrainian who had fought Russians in World War II.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, this guy fought Russians. Oops, he was a Nazi."
Oopsies. Yeah.
Oops.
Well, you know what's crazy is like he like the speaker, I think, resigned.
Yeah.
Or stepped down.
Something like that.
And I'm like, really? I was just like, I mean, it's clearly a mistake. I mean, just apologize. Is that not enough? Like, I don't know.
Hey, man, I kind of like it. You know, our politicians are like, "Oh shit, I made a mistake. I'm stepping down. It's curtains for me." Because like, if you're in the United States, it's like, oh, widespread fraud, like all kinds of fucked up shit. Yeah. I caused an insurrection. No one gives a shit.
Well, it's like that fucking district attorney that was just like taking bribes.
Yes.
And then nothing happened.
Yeah, or the fucking the guy in the Supreme Court, one of the justices in the U.S., he was like taking a shit ton of bribes, and they're just like, "Nope, fuck you."
That might be the guy I was thinking of.
Well, I think there's a couple of them.
It's like a judge or something?
Yeah, there's been a Supreme Court guy and something else.
The fact that we don't know which one it was is pretty sad. It's
yeah,
just like,
I think there's been several recently. And it's just like, ugh. I mean, in theory, if you're like an elected official, I would hope that you would step down if there's something fucked up that you did.
But that just makes me think that is the job that they're doing important if they can just be like, oops.
Oops, I fucked up. Peace.
Like, yeah, I guess like, okay, we'll just get rid of this guy today. Like he was like, one business day and I'll be out. And it's like, okay, well then whatever fucking job you were doing doesn't sound that important if you can just fucking leave. Like what the hell?
Yeah, it's the same with like if you're
paying that guy like $150,000 a year or something.
Oh, he's probably more than that.
Probably more.
Yeah, but yeah, it's the same with like CEOs or like, it's like, oh, I'm the president or CEO of like these 5 companies. It's like, well, then your job must be pretty fucking easy if you can be the president or CEO or whatever of like 4 companies.
Dude, how do I become someone who delegates sends like 2 emails? It's like you always see those guys who are like CEO biohackers, and they're just like, my morning routine is this, and then you're just like, it sounds like you spend a lot of fucking time fucking around, not doing anything,
Yeah.
getting up, like stretching and meditating and all this shit. It's like, bro, the average person is like, I get up and I have to make it to the bus on time to get to spend an hour on the fucking bus.
And then I spend 9 hours at work.
Yeah.
And then I bus home. It takes another hour.
Yeah.
And then I have 4 hours at home. And in that 4 hours, I have to shower and eat dinner and buy food, pay my bills, do all that other shit. So I really only have like 20 minutes of free time every day.
Yeah. That hidden cost of being poor.
Yeah.
I always talk about. Speaking of that, did you see Live Nation fucking finally buckled? And like, I saw that they're doing like a $1,500 guarantee for club shows.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. They have like a
That's
new
only at
program.
Live Venue Nation or Live Nation.
Yeah, I think it's
venues.
only in the U.S. too. So from what I understand, that they are having a new program that's only in the U.S. and it's only till the end of the year. And so
just to get everybody shut up and then forget about it.
Yeah, I think it's like I think what they're doing
That makes sense.
is they're giving an extra 1,500 in terms of guarantees to, like, they spread it out amongst all the bands. So I don't know how that works exactly. So it's like if you're on an 8-band bill, there's just 1,500 to spread amongst you, and I don't know how they split it up. I don't know if it's like equal across all bands versus, I don't know how they're doing it, but I think somewhere they said that, like, oh yeah, we're like giving out, I think it was like a couple million total. Like that was the cost of their program. And then of course they're not doing the merch cut.
Yeah.
But I believe that's only till the end of the year. And it's probably just like some tax write-off thing. They're like, oh shit, we made way too much money this year.
Oops.
If we give away $10 million for charity, that means we can save another $50 million in taxes. Okay, sick.
Let's say it's for, we're listening.
Yeah, we're listening. We appreciate our fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying to like, somehow they're fucking someone over.
It's crazy, man. Like, I don't understand how there can be such a huge monopoly in an industry. Is that not part of like the whole thing? It's like, we're not supposed to have that.
Antitrust laws? Yeah, no one gives a shit.
Dude, it's brutal.
Late stage capitalism.
Guess what? None of that shit that you thought was true is true. Turns out we're still in the Middle Ages, and the kings can just execute whoever they want.
Yeah,
it
they
doesn't
just
matter.
do whatever they want.
Silence any dissenters. Like that's why we need more swords. We need to go meet the kings.
Second Amendment right.
You gotta get
Live
'em.
Nation's bullshit. Everybody rise up and kill Live Nation.
Well, it's like, like back
Kill
in the
the
day,
dictators.
that's when you like you always see like those memes where it's just like, well, back in the day, you used to just like drag the boss into the street and kill him.
Yeah, get the pitchfork out.
Yeah, it's like,
we've had enough of your bullshit. You're dead now.
Yeah.
Drag him out into the street.
Dude, we're getting
give him a fucking
into
brain worm.
dangerous territory here. We're gonna get disappeared, bro.
Yeah. Oh God,
These guys get 100 views on their fucking dude. We can't have 100 people thinking it's okay to kill the fucking dude from Live Nation.
Fuck that guy.
But I mean, like at some point, you're like, what level of suffering is enough to like hold someone accountable? So it's like a little bit of suffering spread between thousands of performers.
Yeah.
Is okay. But if it was concentrated suffering on one person, that wouldn't be okay. It's like the same level. It's like, it's a weird thing to think about, but it's sort of like...
Well, now they've concentrated most of the suffering on almost everyone at this point. Whether you're a big band or a small band.
$300 to see Blink-182.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys don't want to just do 2 shows for half the price and you'd sell twice as many tickets and sell way more merch. It's like, what?
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't even need to charge half the price. You know, they could probably do like $200 or something. Well, fuck, even at $300, they could probably do 2 shows.
Tickets. That's the thing. It's like they just know, this is a rare enough show that we're just going to cash in.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm also a little skeptical with some of that stuff where it's like, there's no way the artist doesn't say like, I can make how much versus how much? They're like, and everyone will blame Live Nation. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm Blink 182. You know, you got to think like,
Well, I've heard some really interesting things, and again, it's hard to tell if it's true or not. But I've heard that the way Live Nation works, because they also own a bunch of other like ticketing agencies and like ticket resale, like apps or websites or whatever. And so on the surface, it seems like, oh, there's like, you know, Live Nation and Ticketmaster selling the tickets. And then like instantly, as soon as some fucking like a Blink 182 goes on sale, you know, it's already certain chunks of it are sold out. And like you could instantly go, like the second it sells out, you can go to like a ticket resale site and buy tickets already. It's like, how did that happen? It's like because it's owned by Live Nation and Ticketmaster, and that's actually just the same company, and they're just selling these tickets for more.
Because they can label them resale, which means they can sell for whatever they want.
Yeah, so apparently what they do is they have a certain amount of tickets that they actually sell, and then they take, I can't remember what it was, but something like, especially for shows that they know are going to do really well, they take like a large chunk of the tickets. I can't remember exactly how much it is, but we'll call it a large chunk. Let's just say a quarter of the tickets, and they just instantly put it on a ticket resale site and just jack the price up to whatever the fuck they feel like. And then they do that so that they can make extra money, because like the band is getting paid the same no matter what. Like the artist isn't really getting cut of any of this. It's all just Ticketmaster jacking up the prices. So like, oh yeah, you know, people actually bought the tickets, and then once the regular seats are gone, all that's left are these super crazy expensive ones. And like, oh well, we know someone's going to pay, you know, $1,000 to go see Blink 182,
or the tickets just go to the next thing where it's like last minute tickets, and then they drop the price and sell it there. It's
yeah.
So they can have it up until the absolute end of the desperation, and then dump the price right at the end and sell it, hopefully, to someone.
Yeah, but it's crazy. So it's like they have like these different layers and different companies that are separate from Ticketmaster, but they really aren't. And then same with, I heard also that artists have like a certain chunk of seats as well, that they're supposed to, like, you know, if you're playing, let's say, an arena, you know, you probably get, I don't know, like 100 guest list spots or something. Like I assume that if you're in a big band, like an arena band, there's probably all kinds of like press and radio stations and blah, 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 like all kinds of just people that, you know, you would put on your guest list. And apparently Live Nation has been selling those too. They're just like, yeah, fuck you, we'll take those.
Goddamn. Just monster. Fucking evil corp.
Yeah, because those are supposed to be like free seats. Like, they're seats that wouldn't be paid for. And then Ticketmaster just like steals them and is like, okay, I'm taking these and I'm making money on these now. It's like, God damn it, fuck you.
It's crazy, man.
Ticketmaster could suck my ass.
Yeah, it sucks. Well, and like a friend of ours who owns a venue was saying that they're buying up all the small venues too.
Yeah, it's like BlackRock buying up all.
It's just crazy. So it's like, and then like maybe you can't get tours anymore because
your podcast, you roast Ticketmaster and Live Nation.
Not even
much.
that. Like it's like the independent venues can't get a bunch of tours because like they're, you know, maybe it's only a Live Nation tour if it's booked through whatever. So it's like, say you're like a mid-level band and you're playing like 500 to 1,000 cap venues, and there's maybe, let's say you're doing a 30-day tour, 30 shows, and on that tour you're playing like 20 Live Nation venues, and then maybe they're just like, we have 10 other shows that could or could not be at Live Nation venues.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, no, you have to book.
Yeah.
The booking agent is like, we have to book Live Nation ones.
Yeah.
So it's like
they stipulated.
They can't go to like a venue that, or a market that doesn't have that size of venue that's owned by Live Nation.
Yeah.
So it's like they're getting into, so now they're buying like real estate.
Yeah.
And like, it's just like What the fuck?
Shit.
This isn't capitalism, guys. Come on. What the hell's
Fucking
going on here?
fuckers.
It's like corpo.
We're living in the
world.
cyberpunk.
Yeah.
2077.
There's no government anymore. It's just corporations.
Yeah, it's cyberpunk 2023, bro.
Yeah.
Shitty.
Well, shit. Nope.
It's curtains for us. I could also see how, like, pre-COVID, I think, is a much different environment for bands versus post-COVID.
Yeah.
And, like, just the industry in general, because so many people left the music industry or just entertainment, well, we'll call it music adjacent as well, industry. So many people left. So, like, we've heard that it's fucking impossible to get like bus drivers or rent buses or like rent equipment or get crew, techs, whatever. And like all these people are just like, wait a second, I'm killing myself for this music industry and now it's over. I'm getting a real job. So like a ton of people left. Yeah. And I think that includes a lot of booking agents and people like that as well. So, you know, the people who are left, they're like, okay, my agency used to have 100 bands and we had 10 agents. So let's just pretend each agent had 10 bands, and then like half the fucking agents left because couldn't make any money. So it's like, okay, now there's 5 agents left and there's
20 per fucking.
Yeah, so now it's like 20, so their workload is way up. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, I can set this tour up. Like, let's pretend that they're booking a striker. It's like, let's see, I could reach out to independent venues and like individually email everybody and try and set up this tour, which is a pain in the ass. Booking a tour takes forever. Or they could just email Live Nation and get it set up like in a couple emails. It's like, okay, well, which one are they going to do now, right?
Yeah.
It's like
you cut the time down like significantly.
Yeah, they could go to the one-stop shop, or they could, you know, do the artisanal booking, which takes fucking forever. Yes, we hand selected each one of these independent venues. Each one has been organically grown.
Yeah, it's basically what it is. Well, and yeah, like I always thought, man, like booking a tour is so difficult because it's like everything's kind of up in the air until it's not.
Yeah.
And then it's like until it's finally like, okay, this is fully booked. But
yeah.
It's like up until that like sort of like the last minute, you're like, you know, hopefully your routing works and you have enough free show, and it's like you don't have to skip like certain areas because there was no availability for venues.
Yeah.
Especially like now, it's like if there's 50% less venues because so many had to close during COVID.
Yeah.
That it's like, okay, well, you know, smaller bands that are coming through, it's like, well, there's big bands playing, so
fuck you.
Yeah. Like, we don't need you on this show, right? Yeah, I don't know. There'll have to be some kind of like changes, or else just like live entertainment's fucked. Although I do think there will probably be, I can't remember, I was watching someone talking about it, but they were saying that like the desire for live entertainment will probably come back.
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty strong. Still.
Yeah, I think that like at some point, it's like anything. It's like everything kind of comes in waves. It's like all like the virtual entertainment stuff. It's like, oh, that's really on the rise. But like, you know, at some point,
people want to see live
people
stuff.
Are going to be like, man, fuck, I don't want to sit inside all day.
Yeah, I think that there's like more of a interest in live music, like actually watching it live, because everything is so like digital, and so having that live performance now at least is such a novel thing. Like it's way more unique now, considering like, I don't know, before there'd be like, oh yeah, like I've seen performers at like coffee shops and shit, or like you know, panhandlers, whatever, but I think those kinds of things just aren't as unique. I think maybe there was a lot of them, and then they kind of like died out, especially over COVID. People were just like, oh shit. But it's been, you know, a couple years, and it's, you know, people haven't gone to that many concerts recently, and they're just like, oh yeah, shit.
Oh, this
I can
is
go
cool.
do that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, I read an article from they were interviewing the guitar player from Mastodon, and he was saying how
Those
basically
guys are always kind of salty, hey?
oh yeah, well yeah, this is a pretty salty interview, and they were talking about how that I can't remember the exact wording, but over COVID, like they're a professional band, right? Like that's their only job, and then so over COVID, like how they made their money is basically touring, and it's like over COVID, he was basically like unemployed, and he was talking about like how fucked he was financially, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm so glad my wife has a job, they can like support us and pay our bills." And
He's such a big band too, eh? Like,
yeah, and it's yeah. Well, they were talking about I don't remember exactly what he said that they were on, but it was some kind of like corporate welfare, something where they, it was probably like the Trudeau bucks kind of thing.
Yeah,
because I think they had a little bit of that in the States.
a business, whatever plan they had.
Yeah,
that people were scamming like crazy in the States.
Yeah, so apparently they were able to get like some of that because they're like a legit corporation, if you will. Like they make a bunch of money, and then he was saying that for them to go back out on tour because they don't have like savings. Like who fucking has savings? Yeah. Like and as a band, they don't have like money squirreled away.
Savings is only a thing for people who have worked for like 20 years straight.
Yeah.
It's like, and then that's a maybe. Like,
yeah.
And your savings might just be the home you own.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's no actual saving.
Yeah. So they were saying like it's really hard for them to go out on tour right now because I guess they were just on a tour. So I think maybe that this interview was about them getting that tour together, and it's just like, he was talking about how challenging it was to get back out touring and how they needed to put up, I think he said like $500,000 to like pay for the advanced costs of the tour. And it's just like, we just didn't have that much money. And it's like, he was saying how they had to pay for it personally, but personally they didn't have any money either. So he just like, it was such a fuck around to get out on tour. Because I think they just did a big tour with like Lorna Shore and was it Ghost? I don't remember who it was, but it was like a big ass tour. Because I remember seeing.
Fuck, boys. Time to get in the van.
Yeah, get rid of the bus, get on the van,
it's like,
boys.
Yeah, man. Like, I guess that's the thing is like, I also feel like there is a bit of that, like, it's like that, like when someone gets divorced and they have the, they need a certain amount of money to keep. I think it was like Kanye West or whatever. The amount of money, alimony or whatever they ended up paying was like extreme because that person's used to that lifestyle. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? Just go back to not having that lifestyle. Like, what the hell?
Go work at McDonald's.
I mean, that's the other thing too. It's like people, I don't feel, it sucks that they can't, but that's like the brutal truth of like life where you're just like, you just don't get that anymore. It's like, sorry, it wasn't forever.
Yeah.
Which sucks because it's like they shouldn't have to, not do that. But like the circumstances just force them to be like, I can't afford to tour. It's like, no, you can. You just can't afford to tour like you used to tour.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like I'm somewhere in the middle where I'm like, you could probably cut back a little bit. Like, what do you think your fans want to see? Like, do they need the extreme show? Like, it's always cool to have, more, but it's like, if you can't afford it, just strip it down a bit. Like, you think no one's going to come to the show anymore? Yeah,
totally. I mean, especially with the long break from COVID, like nobody saw, I don't know what Mastodon's touring was like before that, but I mean, I'm sure if because they probably have to get like stage props and yada yada all built because they do like, they play big shows. Yeah. I'm sure they could just wheel out the same fucking props that they had before. I mean, they're all those kind of like stage props and shit. That's all custom built. You own it. It's not like someone's like, oh yeah. I mean, obviously it depends a little bit, but the like fucking, if you look at Metallica, for example, like they
got like a warehouse full of shit.
Yeah, like you can see that in some of their like behind the scenes videos, or like Megadeth. They have a lot of live videos from their warehouse that they jam in, and it's just like this enormous warehouse with all these stage props that they've used from over the years and all this old like equipment and shit. And it's just like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's like that side of like, that part of the band where you don't realize like, oh yeah, like at a certain point, you have so much shit that you need to like pay for storage for it.
Yeah.
Because there's like, you want to keep it for, like potential. Like when Metallica did the movie thing.
Yeah.
That they brought out a bunch of their old sets and stuff like that because just like it's fun to do. But like, yeah, you don't realize like, oh, they're paying for warehouse space also.
Yeah.
It's like when COVID hits and they can't make money off touring, it's like, oh, well, now here the bills start piling up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, then also you could just like throw all that shit out.
Yeah.
If you wanted, I guess.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, if you're a band like Mastodon, you're playing like arenas and really big clubs and festivals and shit. Like, if they wanted to go back out on touring and still have a sick show, they totally could. They can just, reuse props. It's like, it's kind of like us. If there was a huge sick tour tomorrow, and because we don't have like new stage props or whatever, but I mean we don't have a ton of them in the first place, but still it's like we could just go on tour with the stuff that we have. I mean, it's not what we would want to do. We'd want to have new banner, new all this other shit, and then it's like, well, we can't afford that right now, so we're just going to use our regular shit that we've been using for a while.
Yeah,
we could do it, but I guess we're not playing arenas, so. Whatever.
Well, I mean, it's like even when I think about it. For us too, it's like sleeping in the van.
Oh yeah,
it's like that's not something we ever want to go back to. Really, like maybe one night of the tour or something if it made sense.
Yeah,
if the drive was crazy or something like that. But like ultimately, I think we're past the point of not having like a hotel to stay at. I mean, it's still cheaper than the tour bus.
Yeah,
but it's like. I don't know if any of us want to do that anymore. It's just been too long, and we're used to that now. And it's like, so I guess I can see why it's like Mastodon's like, well, I need all the shit that that we're used to.
Yeah,
or else I'd rather not tour.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that there's something to be said for the level of comfort, like sleeping in the van, like that's like literal like homeless person shit.
It's true. The average, it's like so much worse than the average person's lifestyle.
Yeah,
it's like way down.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, I'm basically homeless.
Even sleeping in a hotel room with like 5 dudes.
That's a significant step up than sleeping in the tour van.
Yeah, but it's still a step down from your average person's daily life where they sleep in a bed by themselves. Or
yeah. Oh shit, I got the cot tonight.
Yeah, so it's like the next tier up from that would be like either tour bus or 2 hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Probably 2 hotel rooms is...
Yeah, that's still going to be cheaper.
That's next, and then it's probably tour bus after that.
Yeah, well, one thing that's nice about the States is that hotels are pretty cheap. So,
yeah,
I mean,
that is true.
On our last tour...
As long as there's no fucking cockroaches.
Yeah, cockroaches and shit. Fucking brainworms. God damn it.
I got a brainworm from the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, shit.
That's a rough way to go.
Yeah, well, apparently there was like an Australian guy. I think it was Australian, and he was a young guy. I don't know, like 18 or something, just out of high school, let's call it. And it was him and his buddies, and they were like drinking somewhere, and there was a slug, and he's like, "Oh yeah. I'll eat it." And then he ate it on like a drunken dare, and then he fell into a coma and died. It was just like full of like parasites or whatever, and just killed the shit out of him.
Oh God, brutal. like they say, don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you stuff it in your face. Though it might look good to eat, like a muffin or a date, you could get sick, real sick, real ick. That's why I haven't gotten a parasite, because I watched that PSA that the Canadian government made about not eating weird shit.
Yeah, I only eat muffins.
You could get sick, real ick.
Yeah, man.
If you're a Canadian, you probably have seen that.
Or that one where it's like, I can put my arm back on. You can't.
That was a War Apps one.
Yeah, that one always scared the shit out of me. That was like some creepy ass H.R. Geiger shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like this. I'm 2.
I mean, the
arm came off.
House Hippo was nice.
House Hippo was good.
That was a good one. And that was all about not trusting what you see on TV.
Yeah.
There were some good PSAs.
I like the Canadian heritage moments that they had as like
those
ads. Those were
like
good.
Basketball, that was us.
Yeah. I remember
did
that
that.
one. It was just like a basketball, and they had to like poke it out with the broom. And they're like, what if we cut a hole in the bottom of it?
It's literally the only one I can remember.
I think there was a couple other ones. There was fuck, what was it? Because I always remember, like, in my head, they go, like, vite, vite, or something. Because it was, I think it was British people trying to get French out of, like, a house or something. I think they were trying to, like, come quick or something. I don't remember what it is, but it was, like, old Canada.
Yeah.
And then they also had that, the log roller guy who was, floating down the river on the logs.
Yeah.
That was animated. That one was cool.
Oh, the waltz or whatever? The log.
Yeah.
What do they call it?
I don't know.
Log something. I can't remember. Anyways.
I got a log jam coming out of me.
Yeah, like a little log jammer's waltz or something like that. Jamming them logs.
Jam damn logs.
Oh, yeah. Kickstarter's still going.
Hell yeah.
People are trickling in.
Trickling in to buy some cover songs.
Slowly. Yeah, we got two people bought cover songs.
Hell yeah.
Which is sick. So I got to contact them soon and be like, which ones? Because I'd like to get on that and like get them going.
Hopefully it's something hilarious.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
it's just totally like I'm excited to see what.
Can you
is.
cover this song by Riot City? Okay, I guess.
Absolutely. I think like I will do anything. I think as long as it's not like totally outrageous. Like
even then, maybe.
I mean, yeah. I'm trying to think. When by outrageous, I mean like fucking 30-minute long prog song or something like that. It'd be like, oh, come on, man, we're not doing
some fucked up NSBM or something.
Yeah, I mean, shit. We'll try anything.
We'll try it.
Try anything once.
Yeah, well, that's a nice thing about a cover. If it is a 30-minute prog song, we can just be like, well, I only like these two parts, so we're doing a 5-minute cover, 1 minute.
Well, I mean, we'll just talk to the person. You know, if whoever.
I want Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. No.
I mean, we probably could.
Well, to be fair, it's just
that
sloppy and paste.
Yeah.
Sloppy and paste. Yo, doing this part again? Okay, copy paste. Whatever.
Too bad, but
Achilles and Ecstasy.
Yeah.
69 parts.
Well, that's the one I was thinking. Like, it's like if someone bought it just to be a fucking troll, just to be like. But I mean, I get it. Like, whatever. It's like, here's the worst version you've ever heard. No, I want it to be sick. Like, so I hope it's like, you know, who knows. It'd be cool if people were just like do a Maiden cover. Be like, sick, easy.
Yeah.
We can slam this. This will be awesome.
So, yeah, hopefully we get some people to do the write a song with Striker.
Yeah, I got to write someone back who sent us a message yesterday about just wondering if it would go on the album or not.
Yeah.
But
probably not.
I don't think so.
It's a little difficult because we have long lead times with printing and stuff.
Yeah, so we probably wouldn't be able to put it on the album. But I was thinking, like, so last time we did the covers, I don't think they made it onto like Spotify or anything like that.
No.
And I was thinking, like, maybe we should do that this time.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Then we have to get like clearances and shit. It's kind of a pain in the ass.
Do you actually?
For Spotify, yeah.
Oh, you do?
YouTube just does it automatically.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
shitty.
We didn't get clearance for, or maybe Napalm did.
Yeah, they would have.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently it's not a huge issue to get any clearances for things.
Yeah.
We got to get on that Ozzy album. Apparently he's like, wants to record one last album. It's like,
hey, bro, put us on.
Yeah.
I'll write a riff for that.
Yeah. Well, an Ozzy tribute album just sitting in the pocket for when he finally ascends to Valhalla.
Yeah. When he gets the metaphorical sword through the face.
Yeah. His last line of blow.
Man, what a life, man. I was like reading some quote from Lemmy the other day, because I don't know how it happened, but on Facebook I joined like a Motorhead fan group.
Nice.
I don't remember joining this, but whatever. And it'll just be like random shit about Motorhead. I'm like, sick. But yeah, he had some quote about like, he's like, at my age, it's like, you know, death's coming, and he's like, I'm fine with it. My life was sick. I was like, damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then he spent his last days just like VLT gambling and like smoking cigarettes. It's like,
Hey man, if that's
cool,
sick.
man.
Yeah, I guess if you're Lemmy, you've done some fucked up crazy shit and you're probably like,
yeah.
I just need to take it easy. That's all I want to
I'm
do.
just gonna hang out at the fucking bar.
Yeah.
People know me, they say hello and just fucking whatever.
Yeah.
It just basically just turned into a barfly.
Yeah. Hey man, that's the
Famous
ultimate end goal.
Yeah, you're just
Barfly.
chilling.
It's like, man, my life was crazy. I did everything.
It's like Hank, watching King of the Hill. I've been watching that, and like their end goal is just like drink beers in the alley.
Yeah.
Like you got like 3 other friends, and you just hang out in the alley and you drink beer, and then you just comment on like your lawn and shit.
Yeah.
It's like
Yup.
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 Yep.
That's the end goal. That's every man's dream. To just fucking have 2 or 3 close friends and then just drink beer and do nothing.
Well, you know what's sick about what's kind of cool about like metal as a genre is like you can kind of get that still like in metal. So say you're like 60 or 50 and you love metal, you can still go to a show and like meet people that are like you.
Yeah.
Who like the type of stuff you like. Like, I mean, you might not become instant friends with a ton of people there, but it's
how about most of my friends these days.
It's probably a lot easier to find a group of friends that way than it would be to like any other way, especially if you're like older.
Yeah.
Like I was watching a thing where someone was saying like it's like if you don't have kids,
go to shows
after the age of like 40 or like between 50 and 60, it starts to get really lonely because everybody else gets busy or they die or whatever. It's like you never know. So it's like unless you're like the rare case of people who have like a good group of close friends for a long time. It's like a lot of the time people get to that age and they're sort of just like everybody's focused on their family and stuff. And if you don't have one, you're just kind of like, what do I do now?
Shit.
And the answer is you go to Striker shows.
Yeah. And then you
meet some young guys to hang out with.
You buy the cover perk on Striker's Kickstarter.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're a cool dude.
Yeah.
Or dudette.
Yep.
Shred.
Shredding. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, then I guess we could probably switch over to
Let's switch it up.
Let's go talk some friggin'
Let's talk
crap.
shit.
Let's talk some crap.
Let's get back onto the brainworms.
Yeah. That's what you guys want, right?
They want to hear all kinds of stories about parasites. Fuck yeah, give me parasites.
All right. Peace out. Thanks for watching. If you haven't checked out our Kickstarter, check it out. Why not?
Yeah.
Also, enjoy all the awesome reels I'm making for our Instagram.
Hey man, it's popping off.
All right, peace.